What is up, guys? It's Drac, and this is the Nerf Modulus Tri-Strike. Now, I'm actually excited about this blaster because I got to play with it at Toy Fair, and it pleasantly surprised me there. So in the past, we've had bolt-action blasters before, the bolt action being that there is a bolt prime on the slide, and then forward, and then fire, but none of them have ever performed very well stock. The long strike was kind of disappointing performance-wise, although it looked incredible, and then the long shot is a long-standing modder's favorite, but honestly kind of fell flat stock as well. So why is this special? Well, it's 3 blasters in one, which is super duper cool, and before we assemble it, we'll talk about the individual components. So these are the instructions, which basically just say how to put it together. Bolt through here, jam doors here, clip-a-zine release down there, attachment, 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 attachment. There's attachments out the wazoo, both because it's a Modulus blaster and because this is a true 3-in-1 style of blaster. Now, the instructions don't tell us anything that I can't explain better. So this is the stock attachment. This normally would attach to the blaster like this, and we'll do that in just a second, but it's also a standalone blaster in and of itself. You pull back like this, and the rocket goes in. Now to fire it, you can see that it's getting pretty standard Demolisher style performance, and that's because they have yet to fix this airflow thing. It's still a grill, it's still a vent, and you have to push, you'll get out of it what you put in, and you're losing a lot of pressure through this dead space between the plunger here and the vinyl tubing covering the actual tubing, which leads to this kind of point. But when we fire, pretty standard Demolisher performance. Now, as opposed to the testing model, this actually has some really nice features where it's locked in here and then locks in, so it's kind of stiff and not just like loose in there. So it's very nice. I like this. Now, it doesn't really lock at the back, so if you use it as a stock extended, you're just going to push up through it. That said, a cool kind of option to have it be its own blaster in and of itself. I think that is very neat. And then this is, of course, the hamp attachment, which is heavy for a barrel attachment, but it's also kind of a standalone blaster in that you have everything that you need to work it. Here, it works on a Smart AR system. I'm not sure how many darts it fires at once. The one at Toy Fair was fickle, but we'll find out right now here today with this one. So that seems to be 1 dart at a time, and this one's trying to fall out. The Smart AR system, not perfect, but that was a pretty good shot at the angle there. So definitely not a bad attachment. Certainly very cool, very novel, very neat. That on the Demolisher itself, we had one of these that shot rockets, and now we have one that shoots 4 mega darts as you work your way through it. But let's talk about the main body blaster itself. This is what's cool. This is what makes the Tri-Strike worth having. This is a Slamfire bolt action small compact rifle that comes with a 10 dart clip. Now, the jam door on this one in particular is very, very stiff, but you can see that we have our traditional bolt with an air restrictor in there, and it's performing more or less like any other Elite blaster, like a EAT or a Rampage would be performing. So this only wants to go in when the bolt is all the way back. Let's go ahead and slide that home. Now, one thing of note is that if you don't have just like ridiculously long monster fingers, it can be difficult to reach this clip-a-zine release. So a lot of people have said that you're going to want to two-hand this blaster if you intend to use it like that. And in that case, you just kind of have to slide with your thumb. I prefer reaching forward with my middle finger and dropping it like that, but it is of note that like that's a pretty sizable gap between handle and release. So if you don't have undead crazy vampire fingers, that is something to keep in mind. Now, priming it forward, you can see getting Elite performance, which is just insane. We finally have an Elite long strike. I'm so happy that this blaster exists. It fills a space that we've been asking for some time, and can't go understated that like slam fire on a rifle like this with bolt action is just well overdue and very, very cool. So let's put this monster together, see what it looks like in its complete form here. So this is how it was more or less designed to be wielded, and I think it looks pretty good, in all honesty. Like, as a fully fledged primary, it looks like everything belongs together, and then of course it really does what makes the Modulus cool, and that all of these parts could go on any other blaster. So this is a Tri-Strike. Realistically, I wish each blaster had its own unique name, so that I could call them out in such a way. So it's not just the tri-strike demolisher missile launcher. Like, it can get a little bit confusing, but it's not the end of the world. Now with this on here, it is a little bit cramped in the handle area. I wish that there was some sort of finger guard, but you can't have everything. The handle is more comfortable than other Modulus handles, but still not super duper comfortable, and the vented trigger looks pretty sweet, and that entire well is very, very comfy. So all in all, I mean, it's a solid blaster. It's definitely well worth the money for that performance. Now I want to kind of fire into this camera just so that we can see how practical some of these things are and how ridiculous I look if I try and fire the HAMP or the demolisher missile with my shoulder. So if it's shouldered like so and we aim and just kind of push backwards on the blaster, will that work? It's not as good, I'm gonna be honest. And then of course we did just lose one of our darts there, but so from a relatively short distance, that's not that bad. Now let's take one of our P-mags, load that up, come back a little bit further. Might have been a worn dart. So, like all blasters I play with, this one certainly seems like it needs a modification guide, and I will be doing that very, very soon. But my overall impression of this blaster is that it's pretty sweet. Like, I enjoy the fact that it's 3 blasters in one. I think that the accessories have their place in the kind of cosmetic or people who like combining blasters thing, and that's really what Modulus is all about. But ultimately, I am most excited. This jam door does not move forward. It's very, very tacky. I am most excited about the blaster, just main body. The main in-strike dart firing blaster is super duper sweet to me. I really, really like this compact bolt action slam fire thing, and there's not much more to say about it. Like, that's what excites me. I'm excited that we finally have a blaster that fits in this space, and I think that it's really, really cool. It's getting fine performance out of the box, but I want to take it to the absolute next level. So if you're interested in the modification guide for this blaster, or you just want to see the internals for it, be sure to check out my modification guide here. It'll be going up very, very soon. And if you like the Modulus Tri-Strike and would like to purchase one of them of your very own, they will be available on Amazon. I'm sure that Hasbro will do what it's been doing, where it splits all the components up individually, so you should be able to buy them as they are, or whichever ones you want on Amazon, which is much cooler than buying them at like Target or Walmart, in my opinion. I like prime shipping. I like being able to pick and choose my favorite pieces. And I like the Modulus Tri-Strike. So, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it kind of gave you an early look at the upcoming Modulus edition. Oh man, I finally ran it dry. Oh well. Thanks for watching. Much love. Nerf on.